Fair use, fair use. All right. Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, of whom I learn from each and every day, of whom have the 100% truth. All right? Nothing more, nothing less than 100% is acceptable. Healthy shalom to the 144,000 men out there. Okay? It's the brother Gabar Adama coming back at you with a quick hitter. It's probably gonna be real quick. But I saw this on this show called the CJ Werleman or something like that show, and he be going in on the state of Israel and them imposters over there. All right. Now I'm not sure, his religious affiliation, if you will. I'll just put it that way. But I'll say this: seems to me like he's pro-Palestinian, if you will. We'll just say it like that. And I'm gonna play a quick clip from the video that had popped up, because I actually subbed to this guy, man. He goes in on these damn devils, on Amalek, if you will. Okay, just to I'm gonna keep my foot on these devils, man. I can't stand them. I really don't like them. Just to be honest with you. And matter of fact, I got a hatred for them, and that's a fact. This is Deuteronomy 33, verse 27. The eternal power is thy refuge. Who's that? Who's thy? Thy is the Israelites. All these other nations, man, they're gonna get their punishments, but the ones who's really gonna get it worse is Esau Edom. He is gonna have to serve 1,000 years in slavery, and then dig a pit, his own damn pit, and disappear. Thus saith the scriptures, thus saith Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. All right, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Verse 28 reads, Israel then, when is then? Then, this is when the scripture just said, Yahweh Shai, our big brother, comes back and does what? Thrust out his arms over his elect, and then shall say, destroy them. I don't know what the hell that was. Salakia, that was strange. Anyhow, same thing. You can read it in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. I might have to go there. Anyway, verse 28 reads, I got a little tongue-tied. Israel then, Salakia. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. Did you hear that? Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and grab the precept. And not just hint upon it. Isaiah the 14th chapter. We'll get it in the KJV. All right. Isaiah the 14th chapter reads, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Again, that's a people before it's a place. And set them in their own land. Uh-oh. What did that say? It said, the Lord Yahweh will set us in our land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So let's go back here. Let's read this one more again. Huh? Okay. Nope. Salakia. Here we are. All right. Verse 28 reads, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The foundation of Jacob, which Jacob is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be upon the land of corn and wine. Also, his heavens shall drop down dew. Did you hear that? Is Israel, the people who are over there, the state of Israel, are they claiming, they're claiming to be the people, but are they dwelling in peace and safety alone? Do I have to explain that? No. Did our big brother Yahweh Shai come back and set us in our land? No, not yet. Scripture said the end is not by and by, not yet. There's certain prophecies that have to come to pass. And we're going to read one of them that already has, but we're going to read it anyhow. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. That's what the scripture said. Check this out. And I want you to listen to what CJ says in the end, talking about a land that doesn't belong to them. A stolen land. But the real question is, well, who does it belong to? We're going to get into it.
ישראל לאובדן ביטחונה וזהותה.
אנחנו נמצאים שנה והרבה פלוס מעבר לנקודה שבה היינו יכולים.
אנחנו כרגע בעיקר מקזזים הפסדים.
אנחנו קברנו את ההישגים האלה.
לא מכיר צבא שניצח גרילה. אנחנו כרגע נמצאים במצב סטטי ברצועת עזה. צבא שלא נמצא בתנועה הוא צבא שנפגע.
לא חשוב כמה צבא יהיה טוב. מלחמה ללא מטרה מדינית גוזרת תבוסה.
המלחמה היום היא מלחמת שולל.
שילמנו מחירים בנפגעים, הרוגים, יותר מדי. ההישגים שלנו שם די מוגבלים. הנזקים הבינלאומיים הם כבדים, ולא קידמנו כרגע שום דבר בנושא החטופים.
מה שהעולם רואה היום זה יציר כפינו. אנחנו מסתתרים מאחורי שקר שאנחנו יצרנו. השקר הזה נמכר לציבור הישראלי, ולצערי הרב העולם כבר מזמן מבין שזאת לא תמונה.
Israel's genocidal operations have not only exhausted and depleted the Zionist army, but also had isolated the country diplomatically, fractured the country's social cohesiveness while leaving the economy in catastrophic ruin. The future has never looked so grim for the Israeli occupation. Its soldiers are being hunted and arrested as war criminals around the world, as Israeli citizens are banned and deported from popular tourist destinations. For all of these reasons, the IDF is facing its biggest military refusal crisis in decades, with more than 100,000 reservists no longer showing up for duty. This is tantamount to mutiny. And this right here presents Israel's enemies with a rare golden opportunity to attack the Zionist occupation, because what this says in bold letters out loud is Israelis don't wish to die defending their manufactured country because they know at their core that the land doesn't belong to them. A message that was conveyed this week by a captured Israeli soldier in Gaza.
Again, so the real question is, well, who belongs there? Actually, right now, nobody does. Okay, as we read the scripture in Isaiah the 14th chapter, we're going to read Ezekiel the 36th chapter. We're going to read Joel 3, the 3rd chapter right here. It's right in front of your face. Okay, who are the people that are actually supposed to be there? Well, actually, nobody right now. Well, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it spiritual, and let's let the Bible talk. All right, let's read Joel 3 and verse 2, because that was a bit of a misstatement by myself. And let me correct myself. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of decision, Yehoshaphat. See, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel. That's the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and the speckled bird. Don't get it twisted. It's not a black thing. All right? You know, and you could continue on with that bullshit if you'd like. But that's exactly what it is. It's BS. Okay? You got to be more spiritual than that. All right? For my heritage, Israel, who's they? Have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. Who has done that? Who has done that? All right. Yeah, you can you blame it on both of them. So they are supposed to be there because it's prophecy. You know, but see what they're doing is trying to bring about how should I put it, like self-fulfilled prophecy. You know, like the Balfour Declaration. See, look, the scripture said that the Israelites are going to go back to their land. Yeah, it also said all 12 tribes will be there. All right? It also said you should beat your swords into plowshares and there shall be no more war. And Israel shall dwell in peace and safety alone. You can clearly see what those Israeli men, what they were saying, is basically it's damage control. You know, it's like America and Vietnam, Babylon and Vietnam. It was an unwinnable war. You understand what I'm saying? It was an unwinnable war, man. They can't fight a guerrilla warfare like that. And that's exactly what's going on over the state of Israel, man. They can't win it. That's why the scripture said, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And it's happening right in front of your eyes. It's all prophecies, baby. See? And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine. that they might drink. All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and read verse 5 and jump down, for time's sake. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly and pleasant things. That's Judah and Israel, northern and southern kingdom. That's exactly what they have done. They parted his land. All right. And I don't know about you, but I damn sure haven't seen our big brother Yahushua come back in all his glory and his divine body with the angels, with the reapers, man. Haven't seen him come back and beam anybody up yet. See? Matter of fact, he said he don't even know what the time. Only the Father. Ezekiel 36 chapter, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, our power. Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, that's Edomites, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their hearts, with despiteful minds, and cast it out for a prey. And then they sing la-di-da-di-da, aha. All happy and dancing around and shit. Now you got a lot of those soldiers, they're misreporting how many deaths has been even in the IDF. You got them soldiers over there unaliving themselves, man. Probably out of guilt, knowing all kinds of war crimes and atrocities are being done over there. See that? Yeah. All right. Micah 2 and verse 1, because this is exactly what they're doing. All right. It's nothing more than a land grab, man. All right. And it's what? Genocide. Okay. Yeah, they starving them people out over there. And don't get me wrong, I could care less about any other nation. Matter of fact, screw 2/3 Israelites, because they missile food also. Okay? And for the main part, they the ones that's coming up against the truth. All right? So when it comes to any other nation, if you're not a part of the elect, then you finished anyway. You threw stew, baby. Finite. You done, man. Micah 2 and verse 1. What they doing over there right now? Huh? With all the joy of their hearts have parted Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh's land and our land. Woe, that means destruction to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. How is it in the power of their hand? Because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. The what? The judges thereof. All right. Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence and houses. Matter of fact, I was watching something earlier and it showed the Gaza Strip over there. And I think one of the announcers or whatever, individuals speaking, said they have that the IDF, the Israelis, have used the equivalent of 6 atomic bombs worth of conventional weapons over there. 6. Okay? And we all know that's one of their magic numbers. You understand? 6, the equivalent of 6 atomic bombs with conventional weapons. You know how much weaponry that is? And it's all been backed up by who? Babylon. All right? Land of the Chaldeans. All been backed up by them. When the scriptures, what did the scriptures say? The scriptures did never say nowhere that Babylon would be in league with Israel. But the camaraderie of Esau, Edom, they're gonna stick together. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is gonna set Egyptian against Egyptian. Let's go. Huh? And they covet fields and take them by violence and houses and take them away, so that they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. And for the most part, for the main part, that's exactly what he's done to northern and southern kingdom Israelites alike. And then replacement theology and put in black, Mexican, and Indian. You understand? And yet to this day, you have Jakes calling themselves everything else but Hebrew Israelites. Matter of fact, there's been videos of Jakes put it out there. Where in the Bible did it say Hebrew Israelites? It said it in several different places. See? So I'll leave it right there. I thought it was interesting how he said a land that they stole, but in his mind, he thinking it was stolen from the Palestinians. Nope. No, all the way back in 70 AD, it was stolen from the true Israelites, which is you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds. And that's that. You know, hopefully this quick little lesson was edifying, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And every chance you get, chant this place down. The receipts are everywhere. All right, and payment is due. You've been accused, and you will pay. Shalom.